In this recording, you're going to hear the one top tip that Isaac Hajioff has when he's grown his practice from just being him with a couple of subcontractors to take on his first full team member, and what pain it solved him and how he's been able to concentrate on all the work to grow his practice and ensure that he's got time off by going on holiday and also achieving all the results he wants to achieve. So let's get started. So today I am joined by our superstar of the month, Isaac. Isaac, if you could just give us a little introduction as to who you are, your full name and your practice and whereabouts you are.
My name is Isaac Hajioff. My practice is called Clearfin Accountants. We're based in North London.
Excellent. And the reason we are having a conversation today is purely because you've been selected to be our superstar of the month because of some of the stuff that you've achieved during September. But just before I start, you've obviously a member of Bounce. What were your pain? What were you going through before you joined Bounce that made you sort of see this as the right solution for you?
So my firm is in a fortunate position of growing and bringing in clients all the time, and I've just been struggling to keep up with it, working too many hours, and giving everything I can to try and stay on top of things. For me, it was kind of an incentive to just try and get my systems in order, get my business a bit more efficient and take advantage of that side of things that I was possibly ignoring, and almost forcing me to take time out of the business to concentrate on the business.
Brilliant, thank you. And I know you had subcontractors working for you before, and I know that one of the things that we obviously have gone through with you over the month was about taking on your first team member. So what was the experience like? What was the help the thing that pushed you over to make you go down that route?
So first, there was some clarity on the fact that I definitely needed somebody in the office every day. Ideas that you and Simon have shared, things like the stop doing list, where you identify things that I'm currently doing and spending my time on that I don't need to be doing and someone else could do, effectively helped me create a job description of this new person when I didn't really know what they needed to do, and this was the starting point for it. In terms of the practicalities, there's been so much advice in terms of recruitment. Simon's had several kind of back and forth with me, giving me revision notes on the job description. There's also lots of resources that were shared in the Bounce group about hiring employees and various things on that line. It's been really, really great, all the support, and even just having the WhatsApp group that I could ask questions on when it came to, how much holiday leave to give people, and just finding out what's the average. Really, really good practical advice from yourself and Simon, as well as from the other Bounce team members.
So effectively, what I think I'm hearing is that not only are you able to get technical advice, so help about work that you're actually doing, but also it's the running the practice side that you're getting the most out of.
That's the biggest side for me, is just the kind of having someone to bounce ideas off of, or kind of a group of people. When I was looking for like an onboarding checklist, I got a few different people sent me their, staff onboarding checklist, sent me theirs, just as a way for me to check I've not forgotten anything. And it's just so helpful having the way everyone shares their resources and shares their knowledge amongst the group.
Brilliant. And obviously you attended the Runs Like Clockwork event, so there were some processes and systems that you're able to sort of put in place off the back of that. So that's, again, goes back to, I guess, the streamlining and efficiencies of not only what you're doing, but with your new team member. Is that how you see that?
Absolutely. So one of the first things I did after that meeting was identify it ties in with stop doing list as well, things that I was doing because nobody else knew how to do it properly. And so alongside having systemized, documented what the systems are, I now have a person in-house to take those over. So it's the little things, like submitting a tax return once a client signed it, where anyone can do it. They just need to know, this is what you save, and you put a copy here and you tick it off this on the CRM and all those things. So I've systemized it so that now my new employee, Anna, who's in the other room, can follow that list and then just do it for me. So rather than me spending 5 minutes 250 times for every tax return I have to submit, she can do that, and I can carry on with the next kind of more important thing that I need to be dealing with.
Brilliant. So, and again, I think it's a fairly common conversation. People always look at a job and they go, this team member can't do this because they're not experienced. But I think what you're talking about is almost breaking that down. So that actually, there's probably only 10 or 20% of the end of it that you need to do. And so therefore you're giving the remainder bit as
Yeah,
opposed
it's
to holding
about
on to the whole job.
doing the things that I need to do, and the things that don't need to be done by me, they need to be
Mm.
done, but not by me. Having a system that somebody else can do them, and they can do it the way I want it to be done, following all my practices. So it's really, yeah, really, really helpful, and it's working really well.
Brilliant, thank you. And based on the conversation about the WhatsApp group, from us also, as well as a massive well done for all the stuff that you managed to achieve, is also thanking you for, you talked about asking questions in the WhatsApp group, but I know, having monitored this group for a long time now, that you are a massive advocate and a massive supporter of other people's issues, and will always give your time to help each other out. So from us again, thank you very much for being part of it. We really do appreciate you being on board.
It's really a pleasure, and everyone in the group is so helpful to each other. So I pay it back. I've received so much help and kind of advice and time from people on the group. I'm absolutely happy to, when I have the knowledge or the kind of something to contribute, I'll always give it in. Yeah.
Brilliant. And if anybody's watching this who perhaps are struggling a little bit, where they don't know what kind of work to do, what would be your one top tip for them?
In what respect? Sorry.
So if they were struggling as you were, you talked about not having enough time, working too much, and not having the right team on board, what would be the one thing?
I think the stop doing list was really, really helpful in terms of identifying things that I was spending my time doing that didn't need to be done by me. Subsequent to that, I mean, the thing that had stopped me in the past was the time in creating a system. But it's one of those things where if you spend an hour creating some type of system process, documenting it, that hour will save you so many multiples of an hour over the coming weeks. So it was a case of just biting the bullet, spending an hour documenting it, and then using that. I mean, one of the things on a practical level, I've been recording myself doing things using Loom, and I've got a virtual assistant who sometimes who'll take that video and create a system map for me. So so I'll just do it once, and she'll
Yeah.
record it. There's some practical things like that, which again I got from the Runs That Clockwork group with you guys, but yeah, just the stop doing list and just taking that as a starting point to making more use of my time. That's the biggest help for me.
Brilliant. And one more time, thank you very much for joining us. And I can't wait to be part of the further journey and seeing more team members, and for you to take even more time off than you have so far. So thank you very much.
Thank you.